Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa and I'm always here on Mondays, Wednesdays, Friday, and every other Sunday. I talk about true crime, I talk about missing children, and I talk about important topics. I know today is not Monday, it's actually Tuesday, but yesterday I couldn't upload because I had a photo shoot. If you haven't been following me, you know I am a photographer, and I had a photo shoot yesterday for graduation, and I fell asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning editing the pictures because I am the type of person that I don't let when I take a picture or and do any type of photo shoots, I come home and edit them like the same day because I don't like making people wait. They pay their money. I'm just like that. I don't know why. But anyways, if y'all like any of those things, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you can be notified every time I upload. I like starting my YouTube channel with poem of the day, so let's go ahead and start that, and then we will get into the case. So today's is when you really think about it. If you don't think photos are important, wait till they're all you have left. And I think that's one of my main reasons why I am doing photography, because it's so true. So today we're going to be discussing the youngest person in prison. Excuse me, sorry. These type of cases like really get me like thinking, like, you know, because some of them are really young and you're like, you wonder why, like what was there going in their minds. So I don't know, it's just something that I'm still interested in trying to figure it out. So we're going to talk about Lionel Tate. Leon Alexander Tate was born, give me 1 second. Born January 30th of 1987. His youngest American citizen ever sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Though the sentence was eventually overturned in January 2001 when Tate was 13, he was convicted of first-degree murder for the 1989 beating death of 6-year-old Tiffany Unikin in Boulder County, Florida. I remember this case so good, y'all. Like, I'm like, why? And I think if I'm not wrong, I think it had something to do that he was doing a wrestling move or something like that. I don't remember, but I think hopefully it does repeat it. Talks about it, because I think that's what happened, but I don't exactly remember. So on July 28th, 1999, Tate was left alone with the Unique, who was being babysat by Tara mother, Colleen Cross T. While other children were downstairs playing, Tate's mother called to them to be quiet. Tate came up 45 minutes later to say that Unique was not breathing. He said while they were wrestling, he had her in a headlock and the child's head hit the table. Only Kirk Costes were present when this occurred. Yeah, see, I figured it out when I heard this story when I was researching it. I remember seeing this story and how he was playing, you know, a wrestling move. You know how kids are, and unfortunately, it breaks me on both sides. I don't know. I just don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Tate was convicted of killing Unique by stomping on her so forcefully that her liver was liquefied, her legs, feet, and neck all serious bruises, and an example of the amount of force used in her was similar to bruising from that of a speeding car. Her other injuries included fractured skull, fractured rib, and swollen brain. These injuries were characterized by the prosecution as similar to those she would have sustained by falling from a treehouse building. And sentencing Tate to life imprisonment, Judge Joel T. Lawrence, a Brown County Circuit Court, said that the act of Lionel Tate was not the playful act of a child. The act of Lionel Tate, give me 1 second, guys. Tate were cold, calculus, and inexorable, cruel. Florida State required the jury to convict Tate of first-degree murder, even if the jury did not believe that he intended to kill or injure anyone. All that was required was that Tate knowingly abused other children who died as a result. As an international act that could reasonable by expect to result in physical injury to a child abuse per Florida states. The rule for such conviction is known as the family murder rule. The significant conditions of the felony murder rule was listed by the judge Joel T. Lewis during sentencing. Therefore, before Tate was sentenced to life in prison without the prosecution having to prove that he intended to kill or injure, or realizing that his acts are likely to kill or injure, even if a typical child of his age would or should realize this. Critics such as the very groups listed in the amicus brief attached to the Tate appeal assert that the conviction per teen children of first-degree murder without having to prove their children intended any harm, not to mention the serious injury on his death, unacceptable. The sentence was convictional because Tate was 12 years old at the time of the murder and his victim was 6. He was the youngest person in modern USA history to be sentenced to life imprisonment, bringing board criticisms on the treatment of juvenile offenders in the justice system of the state of Florida. After the conviction, the prosecution openly joined Tate's plea for the leniency in sentencing and even offered to help in his appeal. The trial judge criticized the prescriptions for compromising the integrity of the adversarial system and said that if the prosecution felt that the life imprisonment was not warranted, they should not charge him with murder in the first place. In January 2014, a state appeals court overturned his conviction on the basis that the mental capacity had not been evaluated before trial. This opened the way for Tate to accept the same plea deal he originally turned down, and he was released on years house arrest and 10 years probation. On May 23, 2005, Tate was charged with armed burglary with battery and armed robbery in a violation of probation to the Brown County Sheriff Office said. Tate threatened Domino's Pizza delivery man Walter Emerson Gargado with a handgun outside a friend's apartment after popping an order. Gargado dropped the pizzas and fled the scene. Tate then re-entered the apartment, assaulting the accompaniment who did not want Tate inside. Gargado called 911 and opened a reaching to Domino's store and returned to find Tate. The sheriff's office said in the statement, but no gun was recovered. On March 1st, 2006, Tate accepted a plea bargain and was to be sentenced to 30 years imprisonment and sentencing hearing in April 2006. Tate admitted that he had a violent probation by possessing a gun during the May 23rd violent robbery, but he has refused to answer questions about where he got and later disposed of the gun. He was allowed to withdraw his guilty plea for robbery, but was finally sentenced to 30 years in prison on May 18, 2006 for violating probation. On October 24, 2007, Florida's 4th District Court of Appeal upheld that sentence. And February 19, 2008, Tate pleaded no contact to the robbery and was sentenced to 10 years in state prison. This sentence will run concurrently with his 30-year sentence violation in his probation. Tate is currently in prison in the Charlotte Correctional Institution. Sorry. Okay, so usually when it comes to kids, and that's the story of my bad guys, that's the story of Tate. Usually when it comes to kids and them being in prison and committing a murder at such a young age, it is true what they say. When you're a child and you commit a crime that, especially on that stage of crime, I don't think they should get that much punishment. And the only reason I'm saying this is because their brain is not developed as an adult brain is developed. Should they pay for the crime? Yes. I'm not saying don't give them a slap in the face and just let them go. Bye-bye. No, they have to pay for the crime. But in my personal opinion, I think they should do like a sentence like in a hospital that can help them out, and then do the prison. I don't know, guys. These type of cases just gives me confused, and I don't know what to say. I mean, they they committed a crime. I'm not saying that they didn't know what they were doing, because obviously they knew exactly what they were doing, but I don't think they should be punished for long period of time. I think there should just be a limit, because their brain is not developed as an adult brain. Kids brain are still developing the older they get, if that makes any sense. So these type of cases, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I'm confused sometimes with these, especially these cases. But I will be back tomorrow with a new case, guys. Let me know what you think. Should a child be in prison for the rest of their life when they commit a murder, or should they get some type of help? Let me know, because I really want to know. I will see y'all tomorrow with a new case, and y'all have a great day.